Okay, guys, as we mentioned before, we have, instead of Jeff, this time we have Andrew Murphy. Murphy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Andrew Murphy. And Andrew works for Davis and Associates. I'm going to say one little things about Andrew. Andrew is one of my victims 5 years ago.
Yeah, about that.
Yep, he went through the same program with the same teacher that you're looking at 5 years ago.
Yep.
And then he went to be a lighting expert at Davis and Associates. So that will give you guys another dimension for your career. You could make a career doing lighting. So with this, yeah, Andrew, if you say a few things about Davis and Associates, and you go ahead and start.
Yeah, we're a manufacturer's lighting representative. So when people are designing these jobs, we have guys that'll go out to engineers and other specifiers. They specify a product and it ends up on these jobs. I've been working there for like 5 years, mainly just doing visuals. So kind of gets a little dry. But we got salesmen, we got guys that pull jobs, and we get guys that do what I do. And then next week Jeff will be in fact you guys about patrols, lighting patrols, and that should be a little better. This will be kind of dry.
Are you considered a lighting distributor or supplier or?
We're a representative, and then we have distribution, like your Border Stage, your Gray Bar, and they'll.
Oh, you're a manufacturer's representative? How long have you been, has Davis been in business?
I think he started it in '69. I know he started he started out by himself, our boss, and then grew it over the years, and now we get like 20 some players.
Are you guys in Eden Prairie or?
Right down on Flying Club. It sounds like you guys already got a pretty good head start on this. You guys all have them all done? All your rooms done already? No? Yes? Some of them. I guess, Chad, you wanted to look at doing a Lumen method on a bathroom?
Yeah, if we can take the bathroom and do a Lumen method in the bathroom.
Sure.
As I told you guys, there's a much easier way than we did.
Well,
and you talk about it.
if you have a floor plan, you can just draw the room like you did and add the calc zone like you did over in your lunchroom. But see, with Lumen method, you got to know that Lumen method's more if you don't have a floor plan and I'm calcing a bunch of 30 by 30 classrooms. I could use that, and it's just under tools, and it'd be interior lighting here. Well, hold on. I'm gonna grab the dimensions of your bathroom here.
Yeah, for Lumen method, you need to know the dimension of the room.
We're just gonna take.
Can you slow down with them when you get the dimension so we can?
Yeah. I just hit Shift D, and that gives you a tool to check your dimension. So we got like. It's 13.36 that way by 13.5. So then we can go up to this. It's going to be kind of different for you. Oh, it's right here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think that's what was going on.
Did you do anything?
What are we doing so far? Cancel.
Just cancel everything out. It's right there.
Okay. We're going to try that again.
And if you guys look at where Andrew went, there's tools distance. That's where you pick up the distance. If you don't want to go Shift D, and you measure all what you need is the dimension, the length and the width of your room, and the height before you start this. So if you can give them, share what you had with them. The height
Yeah, I
will
just
be 10.
took the distance. I had like 13.3 by 13.5. So then you just come in here, and now you can just. This kind of is helpful, like for like if you're doing a school or something, where you got a bunch of rooms that are all the same size, and you just want to draw one, and then you could actually just copy this thing on rather than drawing 30 rooms. So go under tools, and then it says interior lighting. Right there.
Guys, yeah, right there. When you do the Lumen method, can I say just this little thing? And I'm sorry,
No,
stop me. When you do the Lumen method, it opens two windows for you at the bottom here. Be very careful. A lot of disciplines get confused. When you hit the Lumen method, it opens another window right here at the bottom, and you have to click on it in order to get the Lumen method. That's a very common mistake. You see, well, I don't see anything because you have to click on another icon right here to get you the Lumen method. That's a very common mistake. Where is it, Chad? Okay? Everybody get that one? Can I have thumbs up, thumbs down in between? Up there in the back? Cool? Okay. So the dimension that we're going to use is 13.3 and 13.5. This is the bathroom. And the height is 10.
Height's 10?
Yeah.
So you get your 10 there. And then down here, you're going to have reflectances. So we'll just use a standard. They have commercial, light industrial, heavy industrial. Kind of like a dirty warehouse that they have big machines running. You're obviously going to use the heavy. Commercial would be, I guess, kind of like this. You got white walls, white ceiling. Be your more typical. You can enter in your own values too if you want.
Everybody's at this point, guys, before we go further. Yes? Are you guys there? Ashley, you guys are good? Dustin? Okay.
We usually always measure at 30 inches. That's about where your desk is. So you're just going to leave, that's
2.5 feet.
your work plane. 2.5 feet, 30 inches. Mounting height. This gives you the option of mounting height here. We're going to be using a recessed fixture, I'm assuming.
We're going to be a recessed. Yep.
So if you were using like a hanging fixture, we'd enter a different value here. If you want, you can add a grid to it. You don't have to. It just kind of makes your drawing more cluttered. I like to just leave it open. So this will be the fun part.
Yeah, we identified the fixture for you.
So you know what fixture
Yeah,
it is,
we know exactly what
113.
fixture. This is bathroom 13, is it? 13 and 14?
Yep.
Page 36. So, page 36. Page 36, here's a fixture that we're using right here. And they know how. So this is page 36, guys, the fixture that we're going to be using, right?
Okay.
So that's right.
Yep.
36, page 36, yeah. Page 36. Everybody's, you have the manual, guys, page 36. I can help them with it's a recessed Lithonia, right?
Yep.
It's a Lithonia. Okay, so when you guys, if I can have your attention, guys, for 1 second. When you click on this little icon that my friend Andrew is going to click on, this will take you to the IES file, exactly like when we were loading fixtures. Remember how we loaded the fixture? So if you click on it, Andrew, it takes you all the way back to the last location that you were in. So you're going to go back a little bit to...
Yeah, you're going to want to come back to Acuity Brands like.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody's at Acuity Plans, guys. And then from there, it's a Lithonia fixture,
Lithonia,
right?
yep.
It's a Lithonia fixture. We'll go to Lithonia. Commercial, industrial, fluorescent, I believe.
Yeah, that'd be correct.
Yep. And these are all, you know, guys have to read it. That's from the catalog book that we have. Okay?
And then
And
it's going to be
it
recessed.
says recessed. On the side, it says recessed. I walked them through how to read it from here.
Oh,
It's
okay.
easier. So, recessed. Everybody's there, guys, to get that fixture. And the type of the fixture is...
It's a 2 PM 3N. So it's in here, it's listed as PM 3N just because they're different size. The 2 just means it's going to be 2 feet.
So it's a PM3N. Everybody found the PM3N family? PM3N? It's a PM3N.
This one here.
Okay?
Kind of see where we're at.
All right.
And then,
And what I told them, Andrew, to do is just follow the catalog number here if you don't want to mess around with the type of fixture and so forth.
just use the example.
The example, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna use a 3 lamp, it looks like.
Yeah. So from there, you guys use the same example in Lithonia. If you can't have the Lithonia book open, you have an example of a catalog number for you. If you don't know, that's the best way to, right? It
Yeah, that's fine.
gives you a kind of an example,
Yeah, that's gonna be the most basic common
basic
fixture.
common denominator.
So we're gonna just open that into
If you can enlarge it for them so you can see it. Over here.
this thing here.
Yeah, drag it, yeah, drag it, there you go. It's page 36 in the book, guys. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 11th from the top. That helps. When you're the 11th from the top, right? Almost. It's a 2 p.m. 3 lamps, 32.
Yep, 32 watt T8 lamp.
32 watt T8 lamp, typical. Thumbs up. Everybody's there? If you made the wrong one, you can correct it anytime, guys.
Yeah,
Anybody need help? Okay, we'll wait a few seconds. Do you mind?
No.
Andrew? Yeah, we use it all the time, so we're fast. Anybody need help to identify a fixture, guys? I can help you. Ashley? You guys got it? If you've got a wrong one, don't worry about it. We can change it at any time. That fixture. Okay. Load the IES file.
We're gonna open that. And it brings it in here.
So what you guys have, what you have done, when we did the schedule, lighting schedule, and we pulled the IES file into the schedule, that step takes place of pulling the IES file into the schedule. Now you have a fixture with the data with it inside.
Yep, it'll be on your schedule now too.
Yeah.
So you gotta assign a light loss factor.
We assigned 81 for the fluorescent.
That's,
You guys
yeah,
good?
let's just use 0.81. That's a good number.
So 81 for the, everybody got the 81.81 for the light loss factor? Do you guys remember on the schedule we picked up the light loss factor? And I know, Phil, you had one and you got so much foot candle. Okay.
We might have to come back and change our rotation. I shouldn't make too big a difference. But then once you hit, so we were there, just hit next. It'll bring you to this here.
The foot candle is given in the,
And it
For the
says,
bathroom, yeah.
20-foot candles.
is
So
it
you
for
just,
the bathroom?
yep, restroom 113, 114,
Yeah.
20-foot candles.
Absolutely.
So you just type in 20 here. Now it's going to give you 1. Which, I guess that's okay. It's probably going to want to use 2 in your bathroom just because you got stalls and you want to be able to kind of see what you're doing in there. But we'll go with 1 just for the study here.
Fill out anything on the left before you.
Over here? No, see, what you can do here, you can either type in a value for 20, or if I know that I'm going to use 2 luminaires and I want to know what kind of levels that'll give me, I can just type in 2.
Oh, okay, so.
Or if, I don't know,
That's to meet the code.
if you have to meet an energy code, you can type in a power density and it'll tell you how many of that fixture you can use to still be within the means. We'll just use 20. We'll just use 1 and go to next. Then it gives you the option of making a calc zone, which the only thing I don't like is it doesn't let you label it in here. So it's just going to say calc zone number whatever. But 2 by 2 is going to be your spacing you want to. That's kind of, you're putting a point every 2 feet, and that's where they're taking readings. And then from here you can hit finish.
You can see it, he's holding it in his hand. That's the calculation that you've done. And you just go drop it right to the top of.
Yep, I'm just going to turn my endpoint on so I can select this corner down here. And then you got to click again.
Right or left, right.
Just 2 left clicks. Just click once in the corner and then make sure it doesn't rotate on you. And then it should be good.
So you can lay the Lumen method, well, for, right now we did the foot candle method, where we did the Lumen.
Mhm. And then you got to add this calc zone separately, and
Yeah.
yep.
So,
That way's probably more practical when you have a floor plan. Sometimes you won't, I guess, like for what I do. You sometimes don't have a floor plan, you just get dimensions. And that's where I use that a little more. Or like I say, if I had 30 classrooms all the same size, I could draw one.
okay, so you're kind of doing more test
Exactly.
areas
Yep.
with fixtures inside, different fixtures.
Exactly, yeah. It's just kind of a way to see what you're going to need to meet all these levels you guys have
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah, I did make that wooden one. Let's copy it. Yeah, absolutely. You need that one, Robin? Yeah.
Andrew, can you copy rooms, room spaces? You know, like, let's say we've got that.
Well, like this bathroom here,
Yeah.
I think they're the same size. Yeah, you just, right here, it's copy.
Okay.
You just gotta select the whole thing like that. It'll copy the whole thing, and then you can bring it over and copy it. See, the only thing here, when you start doing that, it just does this. You know, it just it'll be hard time. You won't know which area is what.
Andrew, could I ask you for a second?
Mhm.
Can we go property and zoom into and rename the stuff
Yep,
that we dropped?
that's what I was just, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So you can do it too. Well, we'll just do it this way. So we're gonna go to edit properties, because now we have. I'll get rid of this one just
Yeah.
for no confusion.
Feel free to leave the other box too.
So we can calculate it. Doesn't either way. It doesn't matter. We're gonna go to edit properties and just select a point. Just left click on any point here. It'll turn red. And then if you just right click, it'll open up a menu here. And ours just if we do this for every room, they're all just gonna say work plane. It's gonna be really confusing. Now I don't know.
This is bathroom,
Probably 114.
what's the female one? You guys have them? You printed them here. The one that you did is, bathroom 114.
Okay.
You guys see what my friend Andrew's doing? When we drop that big box with calculation, the drawback of this method is it doesn't label the box or the calculation zone. That's the drawback. So what you need to do when you drop it is to go to the property and pick the calculation zone, right click on it and name it. So you can see which calculation zone that you're talking about. And the same thing, I think the solid, right, Andrew? You can.
Yeah,
pick
you
the
can name
solid.
those. That's not as important as naming your calc
Yeah.
zone.
But I asked
But
them to do it.
yeah, that does it when you draw it. But yeah, we can go back and label that if we wanted to.
Okay.
So we
So
did, what'd you say, 114?
You see what Andrew did? Pick the calculation zone and rename it. What he did is a property that we did here. Picked it up. I wasn't sure. Everybody was able, guys, to name the calculation zone? Okay. Andrew, I think you can name the solid, right, there too, on the same?
Yeah, we didn't select it though. We can go back and do that too.
Yeah, do you mind?
Also, I would just to clean up your drawing, you can change your decimal. If you just make it 0, it'll take that 22.4 off there. It'll just drop that. We'll just use round numbers. It'll look nicer. If you want, you can color coordinate rooms. So you could use, you know, blue for some rooms or red, but and then also you got the ability to change the point.
Andrew, the work plane continues to be there, right? So they just ignore it after you name? Or this?
Once you hit OK, it should disappear.
Oh. Okay, so maybe you want to look at the name. It was in the property, uses for here, right here. And population tool. Oh, yeah, see, was it there? Did you hit? Maybe you didn't hit. So maybe now we'll change it. Okay, Andrew guys is going to show you also the solid that we dropped, need to name it. So pick up the solid and right click and.
So again, you just do your edit properties. It'll give you your box. Just click anywhere on the line. It'll turn red. And then right click it again. Now here's where you would name it. This is gonna be, this is restroom 114.
Yeah.
So we can just name that.
Sorry, Andrew, what we did is just to identify the box.
No,
with,
that's a good idea.
makes
If you
it
gotta,
easier for them.
if you got to go back,
Yeah,
it's a
it's
lot
easier
easier.
to know which box to delete. Now, can you guys give me a thumbs up that everybody was able to drop that box that Andrew did and rename the calculation zone and the solid, right? Can I have thumbs up, thumbs down, Ashley, Jackson, my friend? The solid, the same thing. Go property, select solid, right click on it. It says room, name that room as bathroom 114. Hit OK. Now the solid, the box, and the calculation zone have the same name. Cool?
One thing about the granularity of the calculation.
It's 2 by 2.
You can also change that if you go to edit properties
Yeah.
and just select one of these points.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna right click, and if you come in here, it tells you your row spacing, your column spacing. What does yours say, like?
Yeah, you can change it there. Good.
Yeah, 2 by 2 will be.
My friend, you guys are good? Yeah. And Dustin?
I lost my wheel.
It was working earlier though. Oh, let's see if it's in options.
There's no fixture. You just need to copy this fixture and drop it on the other side.
Come in, yeah. Go to tools, and then options. You got this window here. Just click on the drawing aids tab. Are all 3 of those boxes checked, like on here? Does it work? Does it? Awesome.
And when I changed it, it shrunk to a 2 by 2,
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch of 2 by 2s with a big wide space around the outside. And that's,
Yeah. Maybe your box was smaller than that.
I filled it in really.
No, I hear you, but when you drum. You want me to get over that one in a second. Yeah, I think his calculation is stronger than that.
Yeah, you might have to just kind of put it back. I don't know.
Create a new calculation zone. Any question, guys? Everybody drop that one? Can I get thumbs up, guys? Right? This is so easy. If you have a square or rectangle, you can choose the dimension, go grab it, drop it. But when you drop it, actually, the first thing you do is rename the calculation to a solid, and you're done. Now, if your box is, if your area is not a square, complete square, then you have to use your memory.
Oh, okay. That's easy.
Very easy, very fast. And that makes it go faster.
Just sit a little.
Only if it's square or right to square, for example, see that room there? I can ignore that little room. And then all the room, for example, and if you look at this room here, the kitchen, you can ignore that little room here, right? I mean, that area, you're gonna get like right on. No, you still got it. You just get right on, and that will get a good calculation. But if it's a major, oh, look at these. This one, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. All these areas are very close for good work. Make a rectangle. If it's not a rectangle, exactly rectangle, you can ignore a couple of feet here and there, not making it one square too hard. So a lot of cases here, you just can do them as rectangle, right? And then rectangle and squares. And then just yep, there is. Now we have a problem here, a visual. Just hold it down.
Okay, no,
They're the same room? Yep, absolutely. This is, you can go copy here, another copy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But rename those, right click, there you go, perfect. You copy and drop it, but please do me a favor, when you're done, rename it. Oh, okay. Have different. Actually, copy. Yeah. You can copy the whole, the box and everything, because they're identical, right? The same height, the same, everything is identical. If they're identical, this becomes 13. Or male, so the room 13. Actually, you can
And then you just push the button and we'll get the thing fire.
Right click.
Here to use a door lamp.
Box it in, I don't think all of it, one more time. Okay, box it in, there you go. Right click, and left click. Just click. You won't get, no, there you go. Okay? Any more?
Sort of, yeah, we're still trying to figure out what the file is with the center.
Okay. Any question, guys? And Andrew's going to show you guys how to copy the whole system. If two rooms are the same, you can copy everything that you have done with the calculation zone and the solid and the fixture and dump it right there and rename it instead of reinventing the wheel. So these two bathrooms are identical.
I'm just gonna delete this other room we had
Yeah,
done, and we'll just copy over. So you just, this is, right here's copy. You just
box it in.
box it in. I'm using endpoint, so I'm just gonna grab this corner would probably be easy to copy, so I'll grab here. And just bring it, right there. And right click and it'll close for it, and then you'll have to go back in,
Property, rename it,
rename
call
it.
it male bathroom.
I'm just calling this through, this is 113.
Absolutely, yeah. So that will expedite the process for you instead of, if the two rooms are the same fixture, the same dimension, the same calculation, there's no need to redo them. You just copy and paste it.
So it should cover, copy the calculation as well, or do you have to do a recalculation?
It'll copy it, but anytime you move something, all your points are gonna go back to nothing. So you have to recalculate every time you move a fixture, draw a new
Or
room,
copy one?
or copy one. Can you hit that again?
Did you guys hear Andrew? Every time you move something in the system, you have to recalculate to get the numbers. That's okay. Any question, guys, about using the Lumen method to get a box, a calculation zone, right, and a fixture, and then drop it right at the top of where you need it to be, and then copy it if you have an identical location like it. So we can use another office and do. Just to show something different.
Well, when we did this, we did the Lumen method, and the fixture we selected, it'll automatically put it in your schedule. So what it does is it labels it LM-1. Now if we do another Lumen method, it's going to label that fixture LM-2. If you want to just rename this fixture, I don't know if it's a big deal to you guys, but
It will be, guys, for the lighting schedule, because your lighting schedule is going to have an alphabetical letters. It's going to label alphabetically A, B, C, D.
so we'll just label it B for now.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to look at a different room?
There's one in the conference room, there's direct and direct light and all this good stuff. Like, we mess it down. Maybe after we do the rubber box.
This here?
Yep. And this one will be, I can help you with that one. This is conference room. Conference room.
123 or 125?
Yeah, it's actually conference room 123. Conference room 123 and page 230. 123, we have 3 types of fixtures there. We have page 250, they're all number 2. There's some of them are direct and direct light. So 230, 176. I think that's a general purpose one. That's it. That's a general purpose 176. Yep. That's the one that we're gonna do.
Okay.
And that one, and then the rest of them, they're direct and direct. I think we can do them after we drop the box. The rest of them are gonna be, we're gonna have they're gonna have wall washing light this one, wall
Okay.
washing one the other
Just
one.
some down lights?
Yeah.
Okay.
But these are the general lights though. We'll start with that one.
Comes up with zeros.
Okay.
Calculation.
Where are you?
And when we copy.
There's no fixture in it. You just grab the fixture, copy it, and rub it there.
Oh, I thought you, when you copy this, you copy those.
It must not have grabbed the fixture when you copied it.
You know what, delete it and do it again, and it will bring it down. Just delete the whole thing, delete, pick them up, pick the calculation, right click, see the calculations on something, delete, right click, right click.
I did. For this one.
Right click over there. Box the whole thing. Okay, guys, we're gonna do one more room. Conference, if I can have you guys have your attention, please. We're gonna do conference 123. If you go to conference 123 with the sheet that you guys have, conference room 123 has 3 types of lights. Very important, 3 types of lights. There is a general purpose light, and there are 2 wall wash lights. So Andrew is going to do the general light using the Lumen method.
I think we'll just do it. We'll just bring the fixture into our schedule and just draw
Do
this
it?
one.
Okay.
It works a lot easier with linear, like indirect
Little off.
fixtures. And I think this is how you guys did it the first time you went through. So we're just going to construct a room. So I'll put construct. We're going to do a room. That'll give us the ability. You could draw it rectangle by rectangle and build your own. But so this room's obviously a rectangle. 10 feet again.
10 feet up. And we name it
Oh yeah.
room 123.
Add that in. And we got our room.
Everybody needs help, guys, construct a room and name it room 123 or conference room 123.
You're naming it, do you have to name it before you highlight it or after? Doesn't matter.
Just once you come in here and select rectangular,
Okay.
you can name it now.
No, that's the,
And then it won't give you, then you can either click on the screen and it'll give you your cursor back, or you can click in here.
Everybody has a room, guys, right? Phil and Rob, you guys are good? Jackson, you have a room? And named in that conference, Ashley? Justin? Chris? You work on that? Okay.
Okay. So now we got to add this fixture we're going to use to our schedule. So come into your schedule.
The fixture that we're using, I don't know if you can tell them the page number that we're using.
Yeah, the next fixture you're using on page 176.
176, guys.
So we're gonna come back to Acuity Brands Lighting again.
And it's a different here. Okay,
And this fixture on 176 is a Peerless.
everybody got that one, guys? It's a different than the Tony. It's a different manufacturer. Right?
Yep.
Peerless lighting. No, we're doing the regular one. Number 5.
This is the Sarah 7. And you're supposed to use a direct indirect. So we're going to try to use the 7 CRM3, which I don't know if you're on the page, you can see it's the third one down. It's got a little bit of direct light. I think it's
What they're doing, guys, in the conference room, if I can have your attention, they're not using recessed lights, they're using suspended light. They're going to suspend the light 2 feet or so, and the light is going to shoot up and down, basket light. So that light is completely different than the one that was just using, not different than this one above your head. So that's why this picture Andrew is picking up, it's going to be suspended light. It's going to shoot light up and down. Special type of picture. Everybody's there? I don't know if you can see shoots up and down, the third one.
176.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Which one? Yeah. If you read through the description, which one? If you read through the description here, conference room, ceiling mounted, recessed centers, and conference room not it says combination of linear, direct, and direct limit. So, for example, if you read through this one, this will give you direct. These two, this will completely indirect. There's no holes in it. Yeah, shoots direct and direct shoots up and shoots down.
Yep.
Complete indirect shoots up. So that's, you picked the third one, right?
I picked the third one because on your sheet it says direct, indirect, dimming,
7
fluorescent.
CRM2. Everybody, guys, when you have a fixtures,
7 CRM3 it'll actually say. Or 2 would work too. 2 or 3,
yeah. 3.
which is the Sarah light one.
From this, the type of fixture that you use. Yeah. So just, okay, guys, everybody got, when we have lighting fixture, I apologize, we didn't go over the lighting fixture, guys. When you have a lighting fixture, and correct me, you're the expert, there are 3 ways of shooting lights from a lighting fixture, guys. There's completely direct, this is the one above your head. That shoots all the light down, right? Completely direct. There's also direct, indirect. If you have a direct, indirect, you have to suspend the fixture. So it shoots, you have holes in the bottom, it shoots down and up to the ceiling, and when you hit the ceiling, it bounces off the ceiling and goes down again. That's direct, indirect. And there's complete direct to
Well, this would be direct because it's coming directly down, and then you'll have an indirect like you see maybe in swimming pools where they're mounted on the wall and they just shine them up at the
shoots
ceiling.
up. And the rectangle when it shoots up and down. There's holes at the bottom to shoot down, and of course the fixtures are housed up, so it shoots up. So the one that we're using right now is the rectangle. It shoots up and there's holes to shoot down. Right, Andrew?
Yep, it'll be the says Sarah 7 light vent under your Peerless folder. We'll use the 2 lamp.
Direct, indirect, here. Indirect.
It's Sarah.
I'm trying to get the
Yeah,
method, how you derive from looking at this.
Peerless. You need one that is direct, indirect. Wall mounted.
This doesn't mean anything.
Well, I think they used to call it the light vent in the old catalog, and now they just went back to not letters, numbers.
And how would I know to go to convert over?
That's what we're going to it. If you don't,
I mean, from looking at this.
you really,
how would I
it's hard.
derive that?
It's hard. It's hard.
So lighting indirect?
Yeah, try this one, lighting.
I guess you could look at the picture here. It says 7 CRM3, and then if you look down on where it says series, on the left hand of the page.
You in the phone, yeah. I'm sorry.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, your library is different than this.
Oh,
Yeah, his library is different here. Then the one that we have.
Oh, you gotta put those.
Okay, here's the this. Is it the this? Okay. And then he has,
You wanna use this 17 or 3.
look what he has, Bill. He has a whole different categories. We just downloading them.
Wow.
Oh, here we go.
If you look here, and then look here.
Yeah, not just when we went around the
Yeah.
first time, we were told that this was significant and this is significant, then you go to here. I'm trying to figure out.
It is for multi-family.
If you define this stuff for,
Which one did you use, 7?
Here, 7, like.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. All right, very good.
And then I'm gonna use the 2 lamp.
Okay.
And that'll come into our schedule.
Any question, guys? Anybody has any question about bringing that fixture? Question about bringing a fixture? Yes, sir. How do you decide? That's a good question for an expert. How do you decide 2 or 3 lamps, 4 lamps? What's your rule of thumb?
I guess I kind of know what each lamp is going to put out. We might be able to get away with 1. It's more of trial and error, I guess. You could use your Lumen method and draw this quick and try to figure out about how many fixtures you're going to need. So I'm thinking we're going to want an 8-foot fixture here over this table. Yeah, I guess it'd just be trial and error to figure out how many lamps you need to meet, because you got your 50-foot candle requirement. And I just think this will work.
Yeah, and I can add to Andrew, guys, when you have fixtures, most of the fluorescent fixtures, either 1 through 4, most of them. So if you don't know, it's a good idea to start with 3. 3 will give you less fixtures,
Mm-hmm.
and if you put 2, will give you more fixtures. So you'll kind of find that happy medium between too many fixtures or too little fixtures. I think that starting at 3 as a start point is good.
Yeah.
And now, if you don't get what your average is, you might have to go to 4 to get more, or to 2 to get less with candles. So, but I don't know, Andrew. I always start with 3, but unless I know other ones.
We can start with 3.
Yeah. I didn't mean to.
No.
You here.
That's fine. And then once you get that, we're just hit OK, and then we're back to here. We need to add a calc zone to this room after you get your fixture in here. And we'll do a rectangular. So now we can name it. This is conference room 123. And you'll have to put in 2.5 there. So it'll put it at 30 inches. Select each corner and leave it on there.
instead of 2 by 2.
Or you want 2 by 2 where it says height, or 2.5 where it said height there on your calculation. So you got 2.5 on the height. And then your row spacing and column spacing will be 2.
If you guys notice what Andrew did is he used a calculation. We use the surface because we have a surface. Either way will work perfect.
Either way works.
Yeah, either way would work perfect, guys. Either calculation zone or surface, and it works. That's fine.
Just preference.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
And then we gotta place our fixtures in here now. We'll use a 24-inch suspension, so we'll put this fixture at 8 feet since we have a 10-foot ceiling. We need to rotate that fixture so it goes with the table. I'm assuming that's the way you want it. Turn that off. And center it over the table best you can. And then looks like we'll copy 3 of these. You can see you got it on your schedule. You hit that drop down, and then you can select A, B, or C. And then there's a little button right next to where that drop down was. I don't know what it looks like. Blue dot. And that'll let you place it. And you have to change your mounting height to 8. Turn it 90 degrees.
How did you rotate the fixture?
Just when I placed it, when I hit here, it gave me this menu where I typed in my mounting height,
Oh,
and I just punched in 90. Otherwise, you can use that rotate.
rotating it. Did you guys see? Did you see what Andrew did to copy the fixture? Everybody noticed he went a little bit fast.
Oh yeah, we can.
Everybody see, this is very important what he did. If you can just slow down on that one by one.
So all I did was none of these are selected. You know, ortho, you guys probably use AutoCAD, know what that is. It'll just keep it straight. And then you can type in your own value here. These are 4-foot fixtures, just a 4-foot section. So all I did was turn on my snap and put 4 in here. And then selected copy. And it'll move it 4 feet at a time, rather than copying one, you know, and trying to do it without snap. It's a lot easier.
On this one, you hit the command before you
Guys,
select.
this particular fixture that Andrew did, make sure it's
Got a
placed
user
at
inter-
8.
I use the computer
It's
program.
placed at
Okay.
8, and it's
The
also
user
ready-
user interface is
Like
kind
you
of
did.
ass backwards compared to. any-
Yeah, this program's kind of goofy like that. Yeah.
It's difficult when you're old.
Yeah, it just takes a long time to get used to, because it's really simple. I mean, it's more confusing than, you know, like AutoCAD. You got to type in all these commands, or this is almost like MS Paint.
When you start, they copy you to the one and you pick when you copy it. Any question, guys, about direct? Make sure the fixtures that you have done are mounted at 8 foot. So if you go property and check the height, if you have not changed the height, piece of case. If you grab property and check the height, yep, you can zoom box them all in. Right click. And then the height, yep, mounting height is 8. Make sure their mounting height is 8 because the ceiling is 10, so it gets direct line shoots up and down. What happened in the past, people will mount them at 10.
Yeah, yep.
Then
It
you
doesn't-
don't get a whole lot of light. Say, Chad is there. It's not calculating because it's direct light, and you're shooting up and above the suspended ceiling. The mounting height is it. If you drop them, no problem. You can go to property and right.
Yep.
Property and correct.
And you can change your height to whatever you want it to
So
be.
you can, not a big deal if you drop them at 10. Chris, can I help you? You will know, so, you will go property, you will check all I get there. No. Okay. Yeah, calculate it, yeah. Any question, guys? What's our average for that one?
67.
An average that we're asking for?
We're looking for 50.
Okay.
So
We use the two that you.
We
like
could
you
use the
said,
two.
Probably would have got it.
yeah, especially
Yeah.
with when we're gonna have this other lighting in there.
You're right.
I don't know if we want to change that or if just confuse people or what.
I think we'll get into that one if we can do the side,
Yeah. Yeah.
or hold your horses. Guys, do you see what Andrew did? Everybody got 67 average or something similar. What's your average? Hit calculate. 57. You guys got 57. Anybody got something different? You get guys. Calculate. Okay, one, where are we here? 46 average. 46. Is that the one, 1.2 conference, yeah? Average 46.
Do
Okay,
you-
we're asking for 50? Okay.
Yeah, 46 is probably where you want to be, just because we're gonna add a little more lighting. But did you use the 3 lamp or the 2?
We didn't.
There's a 3 in there somewhere, there's also a 2, a 5, and a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll say 7 CRM 3 is the fixture, then it'll say 3, which is your lamps, and then it'll say 54 for the
Yeah,
watt.
he's using 2.
So 2's
2s are not. giving
two's
us-
two's what I'd probably want to use,
Okay.
just because you're gonna add that other lighting in there.
Did you guys see what?
I used the same one that you had quoted.
It's this one here you used, I think.
Yeah, this way we have.
And then let's just see what I get for a number, see if it matches yours. 46? You think you said you had 47? So we're
I had 46, and some change.
so yeah, we're right where we want to be. You got good lighting on your table.
Did you guys get what Andrew did? Instead of the 3 amperes that can give you a 67, you go back again to the same fixture and change it into 2 amperes.
So you just
So
come in
you
here.
do that one. If you look where you go to the schedule, click on that little IES file, and just pick the 2 amperes. Change it to 2 amperes instead of 3 amperes. Anybody need help to change it to 2 amperes? And then hit the calculation. Yeah,
Yep.
that's the nice thing, is you don't have to move it. Yeah, 39. Okay, so that's, yeah, I'll open it, or open it, yeah. Open it, you need to, very good. And, I need to put that here. Now, we're gonna find the open things, calculate. And then we see where it's the very what's up with any question guys about the direct, indirect light in the conference room? I will warn you guys when you say direct and indirect light, you'll have to suspend these babies. Is it really? Okay. Now what happened? Did it work? A little lower? Because of the reflection guys, the type of fixture they can use and the dimension.
Mr. Davis
Is it substantial in difference?
Jim?
I used to do this
Well,
when
I
I
think
was Bob
it
Davis,
was
really heavy in the office furniture.
Oh yeah,
Accoutrements and stuff like that. And about the same.
same time frame or so.
Down office in Eden Prairie and.
Oh really?
bunch of other stuff.
Hmm.
coincidental.
Yeah.
Like serious BMW.
Yeah.
You do much outdoor roadway things?
No, I don't really do the roadway, just because all the there's federal regulations, and you're talking some there's other people that handle them more of that roadway stuff. But yeah, all parking lots, all the site plans. You know, we do a lot of Cub Foods, a lot of Target, a lot of any retail. Really, we've done a lot of the site plans.
And who typically interacts with you, architects or contractors?
Yeah, actually, probably. I mean, we work, engineers call and have us run stuff so they can see what the fixture looks like, and then they'll specify it. Contractors will have, they'll win a job and then they'll need to submit a site plan with calcs to the city to make sure, it's within code. So we work with them, and architects kind of the same as engineer, they want to see it before they get it on a plan. So it's kind of engineers, architects, and contractors.
Oh. So your bottom line, though, is how much product goes out the door for the people you represent?
Exactly. Yep.
Benchmark.
Mm-hmm.
So you're behaving in that?
Exactly.
Oh. Now, did you, when you were going through this, were you doing the pre-Revit?
I was.
AutoCAD?
I was. We just did AutoCAD, but it was, pretty minimal. It was made, I think we placed outlets and stuff like that on the plan. But that was about as far as we did. But yeah,
You didn't have to draw the World Trade Center?
no, no, I didn't. We didn't have Revit when I think it was maybe the next year after I graduated. I mean, we get asked, we have Revit files for our light fixtures, and it was big like a year or two ago, and then it kind of fizzled.
I get kind of proud of the work.
Yeah, it got pretty expensive for a lot of people to adapt to it. Then you got to hire a bunch of people to work with us, because a lot of the older guys don't, really want to learn a new software. And so it went away, but I'm sure it'll be popping around over time.
Software industry, in order to keep, they have to keep schooling.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Find
Can't just.
something that works and say, well, let's do something different.
Mhm.
Get it on, as opposed to just throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Right. No, I understand that.
Okay. Any question, guys, for my friend Andrew?
Andrew, do you know Revit?
I never worked with Revit. No. Nope.
They ever let you touch it?
We don't have it, just because it's probably. I think it's really expensive, isn't it, to have?
Say 400 a seat
Yeah.
per year.
Yep. And we don't use it. The contractors will use it, and we can help them. Send them Revit files and things like that. But yeah, we don't use it.
You guys want 5 minutes break, go bathroom and restroom? Good, 5 minutes break? Shall we do that? Okay. Andrew, do you mind?
No.
Just get you.
No matter to me.
Thank you.
Okay, I want you if you have a chance to just hold my recording here. Yeah.
Stay sitting down.
Yeah. Okay, guys, Andrew is gonna walk you through a very important topic now, especially for this room, if you can pay attention to it, because I did not cover this. In that particular room, we're asking you guys to have wall wash light. Wall wash light are the light that can throw the light, picture that throw light at the wall, so you can see it. So you can put Chad here, this picture, or Chris's picture on it, and people can look at it. In this conference room, on the north, in the east wall, that wall here, and the west wall, we're asking you to have a wall wash light. The way they do the wall wash light is they come right closer, probably, 2 feet,
2
and
to
they put
3.
a fixture here, and it's oriented to throw the light at the wall. So, 2 things you need to know. Number 1 is the type of the fixture that we're using. You have to have a special type of fixture that throw the light at the wall. Number 2, you have to do a calculation zone at the wall, because now we're interested in the light at the wall, not on the 2.5 level. Cool? So Andrew has we picked 2 lighting fixture for you guys. You already have them. You look at the sheet that I gave you. We already have 2 fixtures, 1 fluorescent and 1 incandescent light. And Andrew will give you if you guys have that fixture, the number that you're going to be picking from.
Yeah, I got this is 252 or 230.
There's 2 types, 1 incandescent, 1 fluorescent, based on the specification.
Yeah, this would.
Okay, so
So 230 is going to be our fluorescent. We'll just start there.
230, page 230 and the California book, everybody's there? Okay. I have to have my book there.
So we're gonna have to add that fixture. If you got it on 230, we're gonna have to add another one on our schedule. So we're gonna come in there and select a new. Then you're gonna go all the way back to Acuity again. And this is Gotham, architecture lighting. We're looking at downlighting. We're using fluorescent. And we're going to want that AFW. AF is just going to be your standard downlight. AFW, the W stands for wall wash. And we're going to select that one. We'll use an 8-inch. So you got a 6-inch and an 8-inch, and I think there's 10s, just based on your aperture size. Let's just use a single 32-watt triple tube lamp. Everybody there? Is anyone lost? Yeah, I just came into from Acuity. It was Gotham, and then just went into downlighting, and then the top one was compact fluorescent downlighting, and we wanted the AFW. And then I just did a 8-inch 32-watt. Bring that in. So if everyone's at this point, yep, you can put a 0.81 just so we have a value in there. If you get to this point, if you don't have any questions, if you click on this circle here, the symbol, being that this is a wall wash, and we're going to want to know the fixture, which way the asymmetrical is washing. We want to hit the wall we're trying to hit. Just come in here. It'll open up this new window. Under options, it'll give you the option of having an arrow right here, and it'll make sure that we know the fixture's pointing at the wall. And then that'll be part of your symbol. Just hit OK. And then we'll just we'll place it on our plan. So then we're going to go back up to 10 feet. So 3 sets in the ceiling. Which wall we're either one.
They're shooting at the wall. Which one is that one?
Uh, yeah, the
I
fluorescent.
think they say here which wall.
Oh, reach this linear dimming along the east wall.
So
So this one here.
this one in the east, yeah.
So, yeah. So we will want it to be our orientation will be 90 because we're gonna light this east wall. How many are you gonna put in here? Just one or two?
I think at least two.
I think 2 is probably best. I don't know which way is easier. You want to be about 3 feet off the wall with wall wash fixtures. It's just kind of good practice. So I'm just going to put the center of the fixture on there, and then I'm going to move it back. We'll use 2.5, just because of the shape of our room.
Or you looking at the X?
Yeah, when I move that, I just selected move, and then clicked center of my fixture. And then if you watch down here, when I move, my X will change.
Can you guys see where the X is at the feet? Right at the bottom?
Let's move that.
You drop it on the wall and move it, it will tell you how far you're moving. You need to orient it to, you need to probably do it so you can do it.
Oh, that's,
It's oriented. And you should not be able to see it. Put money, I think you should shift that little bit. Okay, see if it goes that way. Perfect. Okay, please, when we move it, it steps.
The way it moves the fixture,
Yeah, we just move it, yes, pick it up. Like that.
the wall wash fixture here. So when I placed it, I just kind of set it on the wall here. So because I want the center of the fixture, so I just placed it there, and all I did was selected move, and then I put 0.1 over here. You could use a point. You just make it 0.25,
Then go back again.
and selected that because that's what I'm gonna move. Select in the middle of the circle.
Just grab the middle of that and.
And you see, like right down here, this is X. I just moved it back 2.5 feet from the wall, so 2.5 on that X, and then drop it there. And then I just copied another one 6 feet down. Work?
No, split. And that was remove this. No, we go this way. So we use is not simple. Okay. Just drop it there. We'll like just drop it like that. It really doesn't have to be. And then copy it and dump it. Perfect. We need to do the calculations on. Did you do that out?
Nope, we haven't done that yet.
Yeah, just dump it.
So now we're gonna add a calculate on this wall.
Perfect.
You guys all got this? Huh? Go ahead.
Everybody guys have 2 fixtures pointing the way they're pointing now. Now, Andrew, my friend, is gonna get you guys to do a calculation zone on the wall. So,
If you could just, it'd probably be easy if you just grab the southwest view right here and turn it on turn it kind of diagonal like that, and then we'll use the surface. Is that your question? Don't have that?
yep.
If you go to view on the toolbars, you can add that. Yep. So then we're just calculations, and I think you guys used surface before. We'll just select surface. Now you're gonna want to make the height 0 because we want to calc right on the wall. That's where your art will be, your picture of Chad.
And we're gonna name it.
Yep. So we'll call this.
Room 123 east. This is gonna be right room 123 east wall. Right? We're shooting at the east wall. The height is 0.
Height should be 0 there because we're gonna calc right on the wall.
And then roll spacing too much.
Yep.
Perfect.
And once you get all that in, they'll give you this box and just click on that wall. And if you right click, it'll add it.
Make sure, guys, when you pick the wall, the right wall gets red.
Yeah, because if it might
Otherwise-
select your ceiling.
If it selects your ceiling, how do you toggle between them again?
If you just keep clicking, it'll go either one.
Yeah, okay. If you select like the ceiling, go one more time, click on that. If you click one more time, we'll go to the other side.
Yeah.
There you go. You need this wall. What is there? Okay, and then right click, and you've got your number calculations all on the wall. Okay. You're gonna go calculation, yeah. Calculation surface. Yep. And click that here. Yep. Perfect. And right, one second, what do you do that name it? Right here. Name it room 123 east wall, because it will be west wall. East wall, and make sure the height of the calculation zone is 0. Perfect. Okay, 0. There you go. And then click in click anywhere. Yep. And right click. Perfect. You got the calculation. If you would edit it, put the name on that. Okay. East wall, that's easy. And you can edit.
And if you get there, you got another fixture on the other wall. We're gonna do the same thing. The next fixture was on page 252.
It's hard when you have multiple things. Yeah, that's the hardest thing when you do when you have multiple zones going, it's like this is one. Once you do the calculation, we'll name it.
Yeah.
Do the calculation now.
Yeah, for your next one, we're
The
gonna
only one that's
we're
not-
gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna do it on the west wall.
Go calculation.
So on page 252, we're gonna put this other incandescent fixture. Looks like you're using. Yeah, then that's gonna be your AW. So it's just a straight incandescent downlight, but if you put the W, then you get the wall wash. And the same thing, and then we're just gonna put that arrow on there. I labeled it F. Yeah, you're gonna have to go back. Are you still in AF? You'll have to go back to this screen here
Okay.
and select incandescent downlighting.
Oh, incandescent though. Okay, thank you.
And then from there, AW.
Alright.
And I just use 100 watt A19. Even though I don't, you can buy those things for. What do we use? We use an 8-inch, so let's use another 8-inch. Otherwise, it look kind of goofy.
You pick you select AW.
Yep, for the next one, for the west side wall, yeah, we're select AW, and then we'll use this 150 watt 821.
Now, I've got it on my schedule now. Can I edit it within the schedule, or do I just have to
Edit.
click the one that you had originally, which was the 6, and then you changed it?
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a schedule with a fixture E that is 6 inches and I wanna change it to 8.
Yeah, just grab this little folder again, and it should pop open,
Oh, alright.
and you can grab the 8-inch.
It's a second wall. You're in the second
Yeah,
wall.
we're just doing the opposite, the west wall.
Can you just review when go back on the where you got that fixture? Just the
Yep.
there you go.
So I selected new, and we were still in downlighting, but this one's an incandescent, and it was an AW on page 252.
Based on the specification that we have. Okay.
And I selected another 8-inch because we use an 8-inch on one side. Might as well make it symmetrical. And then hit open. And I have this F.
Okay.
And we wanna do anything with the orientation or arrow.
Did you put, yeah, you can come back over onto your symbol and click on that. And then on options, you can add your arrow.
And we can change the orientation too.
Yep, you'll have to do that when you place it. So once we get out of our schedule, hit OK. And now we're gonna place this. We don't want it 90. We don't want it 180. We're gonna want 270. So we're gonna put 270 in there. And we'll do the same thing again. We'll just put it on the wall. That's 6.
So it takes the degree from single reference point. It doesn't take it where a fixture is. Okay. That's why we were getting issues.
Move it again. And we'll just copy it. I think we did 6. And then add your couching on your other wall.
Were you guys able to place a fixture with calculation zone in the west wall? And hit calculate, name it? Okay. Now we don't have a foot candle, average foot candle on the east and the west wall, guys. Just because, so you don't have to worry about what you
Yeah.
usually get at this point anyway. Well, what's the, where is this? For the whole room, ask for 50. 44 is good enough. Because you would 0.81, right? Yeah. Okay. You can go ahead and change the green amber, what you want the calculation if you want to. Remember guys, what we're taking right now is the footprint of the fixtures to Revit. Later on in Revit, you can change the type of home space. Any question guys about the wall wash in the east and west? The wall wash in the east and west? This is as ugly as it's gonna get. So, any question for Andrew before? I think we probably should do the parking lot, this width of a parking lot
Sure.
and perimeter line. Any question, guys? If you zoom all on it, Andrew zoom the whole thing, I think he zoomed the whole on the whole building, yeah. Any question, guys, about so everything else is gonna be typical. Everything else on it is gonna be typical. I strongly encourage you to use the Lumen method, guys, like we did. Drop it for anything that rectangle or square and rename it. Since they don't know it's easier.
Yeah, yep. If you're just using 2x4s, but if you're doing wall wash and linear stuff, you
If you're doing wall wash, it gets.
just want to draw it.
Any question, guys, about anything in the floor plan, visual lighting? The rest is going to be repeating itself.
That last one we did, I didn't neglected to name it. Is that, what's the quickest way to?
The wall.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
calculation zone?
if you just if you can look at it and get into your, I guess the southeast view, just so you can see these points.
Yeah, got that.
If you just hit edit properties and just grab one of the points,
Oh, okay.
It'll bring you in here and you can name it again.
Right click.
Yep, and it should open up that window.
Any question guys about the floor plan? Any other tricks, Andrew, you wanna share with them for the floor plan before we move into the site?
No, I think should be good to go.
How to print from the software and how to design, I walked them through that one, that's not a big deal.
You already went through all
I
that?
did not, but when they reach it, we can do that. I would like
Okay.
to use your expertise in the
Sure.
parking lot.
So you want me to say this?
Yeah, please. Any question guys before we move into the outside file that we started? Remember how we did 2 files, one outside, one inside? Any question for Andrew while you were here? Okay, Andrew, if you can close that one and we can, if you guys go ahead and open yours, you can save your work. I like to exit out of it, I don't know, just because, and open the second file. This is no 0, and this is in the wall, right in the wall, yeah. Click anywhere, and right click.
He's already done.
Good to go, run the calculation now. Are you guys good? Everybody's good?
Just one at a time as far as files. You're in one and you open another one. Is it?
You can open as many as you want.
Oh, okay. I don't see any closed. Command. Yeah, that's exit the program.
Close.
File there, it doesn't appear there.
No, yeah, you got to open the program every time you want to open a different file. So you have a bunch of the same. You can't open, like AutoCAD where you could open 5 drawings and copy onto another one. Can't do that in this. I kind of wish you could because it would help on some things. But.
Now, Andrew, don't laugh at my layout here.
No, it's good.
Use the best layout. I mean, there's a lot of fixtures here.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that we're asking for is the average. I don't know if you see the parking lot. There's a minimum of, what is it, minimum of 1 volt amp, I think.
1 foot candle exit emergency. I think there was somewhere here. Parking lot.
Half foot
0.5
candle
minimum. Yeah, here you go.
Half foot candle min 4 to 1.
Yeah.
And you're meeting all that.
Maximum minimum 41, I think we have 6.1. Anything, I mean, there's a lot of fixtures here though.
Yeah, you could reduce the amount of fixtures,
Yeah.
but we're in the business of selling fixtures, so I like this.
More the merrier, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So typically, if you look at a fixture that we're using 100, typically what do you guys use? R4? You can see it,
Yep.
if you think about R4 and R3 and
Yeah, as far as exterior lighting goes, it's pretty common over all manufacturers. R2 is we're talking about, see it, oh, well, on your schedule here, it says R4 there. And R2 is going to be like a roadway, so it's going to be a skinnier, narrow, it's going to throw really wide and not in front. And R3 is going to be like an asymmetric.
Does that stand for radius or what's the R?
I'm not really sure. Maybe. Sounds right. And then an R4 is just your standard forward throw. So it's pushing all the light out. And it looks like you guys used it correctly. I mean, this looks pretty good.
typically 100 light to 50.
Well, we're using LED now, but typically if I'm on a 30-foot pole, like you have here, I would use something a little higher than 100, and that'll help me get rid of some of these lights. That's the only thing I would change is I would go up a little higher in wattage and try to delete some of the poles.
Fastest way to change all of these at one time.
Well, if we wanted to just change them all, we could come into our schedule, and it looks like. So let's just change all our A's once. Go into here, and if you click this file here, and bring us into KED. Now we're up at 30 feet, so a 400 isn't exactly out of line. We can just see maybe we can use 1 around the perimeter. So we'd want this fixture.
What about going to R3? And then you could limit. I was just saying what an R3.
No, not at all. I usually an R3 or an R4. They're these optics with the R4 are hydroform, so they're just made just as they are. This is one solid unit. This SR4 is a segmented reflector, and it's we can rotate it and move it around a little bit. And then this is actually a sharp cutoff, which in some cities you can't have any spill onto the road, and you have to use these. So these are going to be your more premium type optic with the S, but we'll just use the R4.
Could you explain pulse starts for a second?
Yeah, it's just the ballast. So it's, I think last year or the year before, they got rid of the old magnetic ballast and everything. You can still use them in the 1,000-watt mental health or 1,000-watt HID products, but anything I think 750 down to 150 has to be pulse start. It's just part of an energy code. The pulse start's more efficient. It doesn't waste energy. It doesn't get as hot as the old magnetic ballast.
So it's more efficient.
Yep, exactly. We're just gonna grab that and see what it looks like. See, you could almost get rid of half your fixtures. Now I don't know if you want to. Well, we could get rid of those.
We need to meet code, yes.
Yep, you got to meet your. You guys just had a 0.5 minimum and a 4-to-1 average demand. Let's just see if we take out half these fixtures. We're gonna be way over. Well, yeah, right now with half those fixtures, half those poles, because the contractor's got to go out and put all these poles in. So what he's looking for is to have the least number of poles, because then he's got to do less wiring and have less labor on his job. But see, now we can probably get rid of. I don't know if we can get rid of that one. Or maybe this one.
So if you just, when you do the delete, if you just select all those points and the calculate, will it allow you
To get rid of them?
to cross it?
Yeah, if you just kind of try to put your cursor right on the where it looks like the pole,
Oh, okay.
and then if we move these down a little bit, that
How much would you price out at 400 watt?
I think they're roughly $400 just for the head. I don't know what the pole. Probably something like that. I don't work in the quotes department, but that'd be my best guess. So we're not meeting it. I want to be real close here. So there we go. Instead of having all those fixtures, you can get away with 4 poles, which makes somebody happy.
Now, did you have to redo your calculation in there?
Yep.
I just had to click the calculator button
Oh.
just to.
Does everybody see there's a difference between a 100-watt fixture and 400-watt fixture in terms of poles, how many poles, how many fixtures? So that would make probably between these 4, how many did we have before? Probably 12 or so. A lot. So that would probably be 20-30% of the price of the project. That's a big deal in terms of dollar value.
Let's just see. So you had just opening it again so we can compare.
Yeah.
So you had 14 poles.
14 poles, 14 fixtures down to 4 poles. So that will give you the price. But because we work for Davis and Associates, we don't. We want them to sell more
You
fixtures.
had 1,400. We didn't really save much energy because we had 1,400 watts. So we had 1,400 watts. Now we have 16.
Yeah. But the price of the installation,
Price
and the
installation,
wiring,
yep.
and the pole and the base for the pole and all these good things that it gets.
It adds up.
And while Andrew's there, you guys are gonna end up, most of the time, we'll end up with 3 to 4 fixtures when we do Sundays, but really, we don't get like, as much as we get. I want you guys to look at, you're gonna end up with 4 fixtures like this. This is not worth importing back into Revit, importing that file, exporting it back into CAD and importing in Revit. It's not worth it. Why? Because we have 4 things to place in Revit. Is it worth going monkeying around? What we've done in the site, especially the site, is see where the fixture are located. We eyeball them here, and we go in Revit. We drop them exactly where the locations are. It's because they're only 4, maybe 5, maybe 3 to 5. That's what we end up doing. So it's not worth. You can do it and import it to Revit. The site is not worth it. I'm telling you. So we're not going to go export this to CAD, import it to Revit. The site. We're going to do this for the floor plan because you agree with me. The floor plan, there's a lot of fixtures and a lot of layout. Everybody got that one? So when we do the export to CAD, import to Revit, we're not going to do the site. Everybody's okay with this? Just because it is so not worth the monkeying around with it, right? It's a few fixtures.
Right.
Here we have the same light GS display there, but there's 0 here, and these figures are very different.
You, it's you have high pressure solid UV as metal halide. You have metal halide?
Yep, I have a 400M. He probably has 400S.
Yeah, different metal halide.
His should be better though.
Huh? High pressure.
Sodium's a little
High pressure
more
sodium.
intense.
Okay. I'll start. Let's go can we before we do that, I can fix that one for you. Can we just do one little thing? Andrew, part of the project queue is to do perimeter light.
Mm-hmm.
Could you just walk them through throwing a couple of perimeter lights? I think we have a schedule for it. So this is for the parking lot light, guys. Now we need to do some perimeter light around the building so the thugs and the hyenas can't jump around and steal the building. The perimeter light, exit doors, yeah, we're using it 544, page 544, I believe.
That might be emergency
Should be.
fixture over there.
Yeah, 55 of this.
Oh, that should be right.
Yep, should
544.
be. Yep. 554. Okay, so page in the catalog number, guys, page 554 or
544.
I'm sorry, 544. 544, you should be able to find a fixture that we're going to use around the building for security. So I didn't ask you to do the calculation for it, but my friend Andrew will allow you to just throw a couple of them around and do a calculation zone slightly underneath it. They're all going to be mounted on the wall mounted.
Okay. So you gotta kind of find it in there so you know what you're looking at. It gives you 3 options. No, it's just going to be preference. If you want a trapezoid, kind of this half round, or like a half sphere. Let's come into our schedule, and we're going to put a new fixture in here.
We're in the site. Yep, we're still on the site. We're going to grab. What we're going to do, guys, is we're going to grab a perimeter light, a security light around the building, and do calculation with it. But this one is 544.
544.
And it's what is it? It's the manufacturer.
It's
Lithonia.
It's Lithonia.
It's Lithonia outdoor wall mounted. So we need to go to Lithonia outdoor wall mounted, right?
Yep, you're gonna go actually Lithonia and then outdoor, and then it'll say area lighting,
Area lighting.
and then from there, or no, you're right. I'm wrong. So Lithonia outdoor, and then it'll say wall mounted.
Wall mounted. Okay. Everybody get that one? Lithonia outdoor wall mounted. While you are here, Andrew, if you guys are overwhelmed with the types of fixture, you are completely right. It's a complete science. Andrew, my friend, spend 8 hours a day, right? 5 days a week dealing with this software. So just to give you an idea, it is overwhelming. There's so many fixtures, so many manufacturers, so many variables. There are people who are specialized in lighting. So what's expected from you as a designer is to be able to lay out your stuff, send it to the experts so they can check it for you, and provide a good lighting system for your customers. right? Isn't that what you guys
Yeah,
do?
yeah, we make recommendations
Yeah.
to contractors and
So when you pick a
engineers.
fixture like I did in the parking lot and I give it to Andrew, he said, Chad, the most common one is this one. So they can adjust our design because they are the experts in lighting. Okay, sorry.
No problem. I'm just gonna use this WST. It's just the very top one you see. It's just a trapezoid. And we'll use 100. Well, for some reason, there's a bunch of other files in here, so you have to scroll down. We'll use well, we're doing perimeter, so right here you see it says FT, MD, and WT. It's going to be a forward throw, a medium distribution, or a wide throw. Since we're doing perimeter, we'll use a wide, so we get a little more coverage around our building.
So it should be WST 100 MWT. Everybody's there, guys? WST 100 MWT. Cool? Got that one? And
This is of your, it says exit doors.
this is for under exit doors. And they're gonna be wall mounted, all of them.
They're also known as wall packs.
Ball back, yep.
How high are you thinking?
8 feet. 100 might be a little much, but it's a round number. Could probably get away with a 50 or a 70. We'll use 100. If you want on any of your fixtures that are directional, you can add the arrow. I like to do it just because it shows, then you know which way your fixture's pointing for your calc, and it kind of ensures it's correct. So I just add the arrow again like we did with our wall wash. Change that again. If you want, you can turn your template on. That was that red line that was going around our fixtures. If you just use a half-foot candle. It looks like you got,
Did that one good?
yeah, because you got a half-foot candle minimum.
What does the half foot mean?
Right here. You remember on, I'll show you. That red line that goes around our fixture right here?
Yep.
Anything with inside that template is going to be a half-foot candle. So it helps, like when you're, like we needed a half-foot candle minimum when we did our site. So you can see how everywhere inside of there
Okay, everywhere inside of there was.
we're meeting half-foot candle. Like right there, we're right on the edge of that line, and that's our minimum, our 0.6. So if it was right over here, we'd probably be at 0.4.
That's right where the inspectors.
Mm-hmm. But we'll probably pick that up a little bit once we had some perimeter lighting.
Everybody, you guys got that fixture, right?
So we're gonna select it,
No, we didn't drop it yet. We did not drop it yet.
and now
We
we're
did
good.
not drop it yet. Okay, so that should be WST 100M, 100M WT. So when you drop it,
So I selected it, hit place, and then we're gonna use 8 feet, kind of common. And right now it's facing north, I guess. I don't know if you're planned. Yeah, we'll call it north. And these just gonna be perimeter, kind of go around the whole building.
around the whole building, yep.
So let's add one there, and then I'm gonna change this to just one and try to figure out. You look like you want a half-foot candle minimum around. We'll just go 40 foot on center. See down here. If we just move that back to 40, we can just do that. I'm just gonna copy them down that wall. And I guess I'll center it a little bit better. It looks like we can get away with 3 on that wall.
Yeah.
Now you could either place these fixtures again at 180 and do the same thing, or this is a mirror function if you really want to just and select right in the middle here. It'll add them.
These are wall lamps. The area that's within the red area that's going inside the building, is this considered up and down, or?
Yeah, that's a little confusing because it would cut it off. With these templates, it's just going to show, like we put this fixture in the middle of this room and tested it and drew a line on the floor,
What it does, regardless.
regardless if there's a wall there. Yep.
Based on this picture that you're using. So here's one picture. We're here.
Centered them again, and I'm just going to mirror this to the other side.
Keep it what? On the mountain.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, mountain. Now we're talking. Oh. Thank you. One of us is over here. And then you start copying them.
Okay. Make sure you guys are set at 8 foot and oriented appropriately well.
I don't know if they follow that. Did you guys get that? I just kind of mirrored it. I just took my one and mirrored it down, and then I did the same thing on the east and west walls. And that doesn't look too bad. Now, if you wanted, I don't know, do you want to put a calc zone around the perimeter?
Yeah, but just for the heck of
You
it.
could just do it. We'll do a rectangle. It's gonna be kind of goofy, but we'll just start up here and draw a rectangle down just to the dump, past the dumpster, and it'll put all these points on there. So obviously we don't want to calc in this building. We have under calculations there's a thing called mask. This is gonna let you take points off. So we're just gonna use a surface because we have our building drawn. So it's gonna ask you to select your calc zone down here. This will help clean it up a little bit. And
Under calculation.
yep, if you come under calculation, go down to mask. Well, did you draw your rectangle calc zone over the building like that?
So when you mask, are you doing?
I'm gonna do a surface,
Surface?
and then select your calc zone that you want to mask. And then if you right click, it'll tell you to select your surface, which will be this. And it'll get rid of everything but your perimeter lighting.
That's a nice way of doing it. I
Mhm.
used to draw it out.
Or you could draw it all if you want.
Yeah, that's a nice
Huh?
way.
So we'll just start from the beginning. So we went to calculations. We did a rectangle. We just started here. And I just kind of wanted to make sure my rectangle went. Try to make it equal around the building. You could label it if you wanted it perimeter. I'll show that up. It's at 0, 2 by 2. It's a little tight for your outside. Just because when you're calculating an exterior, typically the area is a lot larger, so your plan's going to be a lot larger. And if you use 2 by 2, it's going to be a little hard to read. But so I just drew that calc zone in there. And then if you go calculations and mask, you could use rectangle and select your building again. But if you just select surface and grab your calc zone, right click, and then grab your surface and right click, it'll get rid of that.
So you have to do it this order, the calc zone, then the.
Yep.
Okay.
See how it's hard to read?
So might have to adjust it for 10 by
We could use 10 by 10 out here. The only thing is you're not going to get very many points. We only get 2,
Yeah.
which is okay.
Yeah, 10 by
You can use 5x5.
5x5 is probably
5x5. Probably 5x5. This 50 bucks. You're gonna go mask, you get calculation. You're gonna mask some mask. Mask surface. Get on the green. What's the relevant count spacing? Is it supposed to be 2?
I think 5x5 works best. Makes it easier to read.
In the height and mask 0.
0, because we're doing it right at the ground.
Mask. Mask. And look, when you mask, you first want to come up here, mask, with, you know the sequence of operation from mask, mask wall.
So, yeah, and then we just do the surface. Yep. And then it asks you to select your scope. So I just grab one of the points inside the surface. Or you can alternate grab out and just right click again. It'll ask you to select your surface or your object. You just click anywhere on that green line.
Oh,
And then right click again.
Any question guys about the parameter?
Okay, let's go back again.
I just clicked the calculation. You want to add that parameter count? Is that what you want to do? Oh, you want to do that? Yeah. All that is select there.
It's a couple of right clicks. First you select the zone, right click, then you will select the model, the box, right. Now you pick up the data. Okay, yeah, calculation.
Do your rectangle from the bottom.
Mask surface. Okay, now pick up you need, so select the calculation also.
And then I just select my point. I can tell that it's fine.
Okay, the next thing you need to know is calculate the box.
And then right click.
Yep.
Now select on
So
the
there's a
line.
few like clicks.
Define reference. Are you good?
This one?
Yep. And then
That's a really nice one.
kind of move your mouse around. It should
Any question guys?
just put them down and then just.
oh, can we figure out how to make these larger? For some reason,
And that's. You might have to